Hello guys, I'm going to be working on this next little project. This is my friend Scott's 389 Amal carburetor for his 1965 TR6 motorcycle. Just a beautiful motorcycle, but he's having a few problems running, and we think maybe there's just some blockage or some debris in here, and so we're just going to take it apart and put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm just going to start by registering his throttle stop screw and his air screw as well. He's got it set up just right, but and so we'll want to put it right back in the same position. The throttle stop's not a problem, but the air screw definitely. We'll want to make sure that that goes back to the same position. So you see it's about at the 10-2 position there as we look square on. And then all I'm going to do is just screw it all the way in until it bottoms out. So just in half turns. So half, 1, 1.5, 2 turns, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. About, I think I'd say that was 4 turns. So 4 turns until it bottoms out, which means that when we reassemble this, we'll go all the way back down to bottom and then come out 4 turns. For the air screw, here, it's about the 5-2 position. So same again, we're just going to do half turns until it bottoms out. Half, 1, 1.5, yeah, a little bit more than 1.5, we're about 5 past there. And record that. So I've written that down. It's about 1.5 to 1 3/4 if you like. I've made a note that it goes to the 5 past point when it's bottomed out, and that'll serve as a reference point when we put these screws back in. The throttle stop I'm not too concerned about, you know. Plus, if we find something inside this carburetor, it may also change everything. So we're just going to remove the throttle stop now. And just inspect. It's a little bent actually, I can see it just twisting a little bit. These often get bent. I'll check these and inspect them, and of course they're going in the ultrasonic cleaner as well, so yeah, that's bottomed out. So that'll clear any very small particles. You can tell this is all new. I think this is actually a brand new carburetor, so Scott was telling me. There's no stampings on it other than to say, I don't know if you can make it out. I can't make it out. Underneath, it's either 809 or 608. I don't recognise that number at all. And so now we're just going to start removing some of the other pieces. Well, as you can see, it's perfect. I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful in there. Looks like it's never had gas in it, right? But it has, and you'll see it's stamped, so it's not a reproduction. It's a legitimate Amal 389, and it's in very, very nice condition. I've just taken everything apart. I'll take this off in a little bit, but I don't want to go too far. I'm not going to remove the main block at all. because I think it looks like it's in really good condition. The float needle looks like it has one of the Viton tips as well. It's in excellent condition as well. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of taking it apart, putting it in the ultrasonic cleaner. I will check for squareness here as well. I had put it on a flat surface before. It's negligible really. It does rock a little bit. I might just do a little bit of wet and dry on here just to see if there's any shiny areas that come up after just a few rubs. But other than that, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Next, I'm going to take the main jet and the needle jet out, but just to make sure that they're the right sizes. But I looked through and they are clean as anything. I could see right through. But I mean, as you can see, the parts look absolutely brand new. So it might be something else. We did have a bit of a problem here with the O-ring. That could be causing some problems, letting more air, leaning out a little bit too much. So that's something that we can check. I'll check this float as well. It looks brand new. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the old brass ones that can degrade over time, but again, that looks just fine. So if I have the right instruction manual, the needle jet should be 106.106, but this main jet, according to the manual, and I'll just need to double check at this point, it should be a 206. This is actually a 330, so a lot different, and that possibly could explain it. I don't know what the setup is. I know when I spoke with Scott, he said that the needle is on top first position, whereas it should be the middle or third position as well. So that combined with this could possibly be the cause. But so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and clean this all up, give it back to him. If he still has problems with running the bike, then he may wish to consider swapping this out for a standard main jet size of 206. Here's the pilot jet that I just removed, and that's correct at 25. Next we have the needle jet at 0.106, which again is correct. And then the big surprise is we have the main jet at 330, which seems much too large. I was just doing a little bit of checking, and it seems as though the 63 to 67 Bonnevilles used the 330 main jet, plus the T120C and the T120RS, but not the TR6. So that's everything disassembled now, and now going to put everything into the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm not sure why actually everything's in perfect condition, but I'll give it a little blast just in case, just to clear any residual debris out. I really don't think it's necessary to clean these parts with the ultrasound cleaner, but I'll throw the metal parts into this cleaner anyway. Obviously not any sort of rubber or gasket or plastic type materials, but definitely the metal pieces. Hey, we'll see. I'm going to use this diluted, this is the simple green type solution. It's the key point here is it's the purple one and not the green one. It's I guess less invasive on the parts, and so yeah, I'll dilute some of this, put it into the cleaner and run it maybe for, I don't know, 20 minutes, something like that, and see what they look like. Yeah, I've just placed in the items there that may have had some debris on them. but they're super clean, and you can see the colour of the diluted simple green mixture. So once I get back to this in a few minutes, we'll see if it changes colour, but I doubt it. And then of course all the other items that where it doesn't apply, or where I don't want to run them through the ultrasonic cleaner, they're outside. This is about 20 minutes later. I've taken the parts out and the water looks pretty clean, maybe just a little discoloured, but I'll show you the parts, they look a lot nicer. There we go, we have some Carburetor jewellery. Yeah, it looks really nice and shiny, and so I'm pretty happy now that they're certainly as clean as you could probably get them. And now what I'll do is I'll put the core into the ultrasonic cleaner. And here's the main carburetor body. After about 20 minutes in the ultrasonic cleaner, the solution's a little darker, but it may just be discoloration from the body, not necessarily anything from inside the carb. So I'll take this out, give it a good wash down, clean out all the jets and holes, etc. with my compressed air gun, and then we'll start reassembling the unit. You know, while I was at it, I thought there's only one part that I haven't taken apart, and that's the main jet block. So I took the block out, and as you can see, it's absolutely perfect. Definitely this is a brand new carburetor, I think, even though the bike hasn't run for a number of years. This is in such good condition, so that came out so easily. And then that's the main body there of the carburetor. So now it's time to just start putting everything back together again. Okay, and we are done with this project. So as you saw, reassembled the carburetor, all the parts, air screw went all the way in and then came out 1.5 turns, so it's in the right position, well, the same position as it was before. Same with the throttle stop, and that's more easily adjustable for the idle. And then I think that's it. The only thing here is a missing O-ring. Scott has, or is getting one, a replacement O-ring, and then he has everything else, the spring and the needle position. He's going to need to look into that as well. Right now it's at position 1, the top notch, and suggesting that needs to go down to number 3, or the middle position. And then the other thing is the main jet as well. You may remember that it's non-standard, so again, something to explore as part of a process of elimination to get his bike running better again. Alright, so that's it guys, I will see you later. Cheers.